Alrighty, so new week and we got a new fucking fight night event. Let's go. Now, we're gonna whip out the recap real quick. Those are my video ideas, a little bit of leaks for the boys. But yeah, there it is, UFC record. Year of 2026 is year of accountability. I'm gonna be tracking all my records for every event. We started off the year pretty strong, 9-2. We went 6-7. These numbers haunt me. And then the next event we went 7-6. And last UFC event we went 5-9. Pretty brutal on predictions. I'm not gonna lie. Now, are there 3 fights that I disagree with the scorecards? Yes. I think Philip Rowe genuinely won that fight against whatever the fuck that guy's name was, JPL. I thought Philip Rowe actually won that fight. By the way, we're going through some recaps right here. Little, Sean versus Fluffy recap here. Yeah, I thought the Philip Rowe fight was a robbery. I thought the Zachary's fight was a robbery, and there was another fight that the Ramiz Brahimaj. I genuinely thought Ramiz also won that fight. Now, would that have helped my record? Yes. Would I be positive right now? Yes. Am I upset about it? Yes. But Sean Strickland won. I like I may have missed. All right. Hey, accountability. I missed. Okay. I missed all my predictions. But the ones I got right, god damn did I ever get right. I predicted perfectly that Melk Acosta would finish Danny Gay. I said he'd put him out, and he put him out. And if you were there during the live stream, by the way, I stream every single UFC event, so feel free to drop down whenever a fight starts on the card. I will be live. Go to the channel, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell if you want to stay tuned and be a part of the community. But yeah, I got the Melk Acosta fight perfectly picked out. And I called it. He was gonna KO him via a spinning wheel kick, and he spinning wheel kicked literally right after I said it. Perfectly timed. Put out Danny Ige. First time Danny Ige's ever been finished. And as a wise freckled salamander once said, you've never been knocked out until you've been knocked out. Shout out if you get that reference. We want picks. Great YouTube channel. But yeah, I got that one perfect. I also got the Eros Medic, Jeff Neal. I literally said it's just like a car crash, and like whoever wins, wins. It is what it is. Sean Strickland, Fluffy. I said Sean Strickland was going to masterclass Fluffy because I don't see where Fluffy wins. And I still, I see a lot of people switching to the Strickland side being like, yeah, Strickland's just way better. Dude, we all know you were picking fucking Fluffy. Okay, you can say it. Okay, be a big boy. All right, put on your big boy pants and say I was wrong about Sean Strickland. Okay, MMA Joey. But that's a whole different thing. Holy fuck, I saw his cope session. That was wild. But yeah, with the Sean Fluffy thing, I genuinely thought Fluffy had no chance of winning. I don't see where he won. Like on the feet, he's not going to be more active than Strickland. He's not going to be able to take down and hold down Strickland. Fluffy isn't this fucking Tatsuro Taira, Aljamain Sterling level fucking scrambler grappler. Dude, he shoots takedowns. And the only reason why he's won most of his fights is because the grapplers he's faced are dumber than a bag of bricks. Roman Dolidze, Brendan Allen, Roman Kopylov, who doesn't know what a fucking takedown is, and he's still trying to figure out what round he's won on the scorecards when he sits down with his fucking team, because his team's gaslighting him every time, saying he's up 3-0 when he's down 3-0. So there's so many problems, and you can really look at his record and be like that. Now, I don't bet, I don't gamble. Full transparency. The other thing I wrote down here, these were my notes. This was right after I was right about Sean. Of course I was. Better middleweight all time than Izzy. And Fighters Are Dumb was for the event. Yeah, a lot of dumb fighters. A lot of big, dumb idiots on that card that did dumb things. Zachary, Michelle Pereira. But yeah, the better all time than middleweight, I think there's an argument. And hey, I'll start promoting that narrative. You want to look at the top 5 in middleweight. Just do that for me. Do that for me, sweet cheeks. You know what you'll find? Sean Strickland has a win over all of them. Arguably against DDP in the first fight. I think we can all come to the consensus now. Sean Strickland got robbed, okay? I've always said that fight is a 50-50 one, and if you say DDP won, good. I'm not going to argue with you because I think it's a close fight. I think if you give it to any man, though, you should have given it to Strickland, and they didn't. And that's always been my take. So, I'm I'm not going to bully people who are wrong about that fight, but I will keep on saying Sean Strickland did beat DDP one time. Um, he did beat DDP one time, so he's 1-1 with DDP, in my personal opinion. But yeah, he literally has a win over Amavov, Brendan Allen, Israel Adesanya. Like, his wins are crazy good. And some of them, Amavov before he went on his win streak. Brendan Allen before he's on his win streak now. Fucking Anthony Hernandez had the highest win streak at middleweight. And he masterclassed him. Highest win streak in middleweight. Young, in prime, Anthony Fluffy Hernandez against an old, laid-off Strickland. And he masterclassed him. Like, dude, you have to give him his flowers. He's good. I don't know why people still say he's boring. I genuinely find his striking entertaining. I would say stale is a better way to say it, just because it's jabs and teeps. But I really find it, like, entertaining watching a fighter tee off and land every single jab he throws, landing it right on the button every single time. I enjoy that personally. So yeah, he fucked up Fluffy. That's my breakdown for that. That was my quick recap. But yeah, we will be keeping the trend going. I will be recording whatever my record is. I haven't looked too deep at this fight card. I know of the main event. I haven't looked at the rest of the card, so this will be a surprise for me. I rely on ball knowledge. That's a quick disclaimer. Is there women on this fight? There is women on this fight. So let me just let's just get that ready for high tech methods. Now, that being said, let's get into the card. Brandon Moreno versus Loner Kavanaugh. This is going to be an interesting one. Brandon one-trick pony Moreno versus the undeserving Loner Kavanaugh. We'll see. But yeah, let's start with the bottom. You know how this goes. I'm going to be predicting everything based off ball knowledge. I've got 4 years from the sport. Feel like sticking around, hit that subscribe button. Wes Schultz taking on Damian Pinnes. The Baba Yaga. Debuts. Yeah, let's go with Penis. Yeah. Let's just go with Penis. He's young, Yeah, I watch UFC. I don't watch PF, no one asked. I don't watch L if no one cares. I watch UFC. Oh, wow. Wow. Yo, this Penis guy better be fucking good. If I tell you what. Holy shit. That's a high KO ratio. Anyways. Yeah, I'm going to pick this Penis kid. He's black. He's young. And he's got penis in his name. I mean, what else don't you want from an athlete? We're going to move on. Eric Silva taking on Francis Marshall. This Eric Silva, is this guy new? Muhammad Naimov, 2 years ago. Wow, this guy doesn't fucking fight. He's 0-2 in the UFC. Jeez, I wonder who I'm going to be picking. I don't remember this Muhammad Naimov fight. Damn, that must have been a long time ago. Wow. I thought Francis Marshall was a, Mayran Santos, Dennis Bazooka, Isaac Bulgarian. No, I guess he is. Yeah, I guess he is featherweight. I always thought he was lightweight. I don't know. In my head, I just imagined him as lightweight. Maybe he fought at lightweight. Yeah, Francis Marshall does sometimes not do enough, which will leave him behind in rounds. But recently, he's been a little bit more explosive, and he's been trying to get after a little bit more. Mayran Santos is a frog man, and he was basically able to just use his freakishly long reach and genetics to, like, outpoint Francis Marshall and still leave it close. I think when I watched it, it was a while ago, so I want to say when I watched it, I disagreed with the decision, but I kind of get it, if I'm remembering the fight. Marshall's got okay wrestling, and his striking's okay. He's just hittable, he doesn't have great head movement. Dennis Bazooka is a shitter, so split decision, don't like to see. Isaac Bulgarian was once a prospect. We all know what happened with Yadier Delvali. Does not look good that Yadier just lost his fight against the lowest testosterone human being in Jordan Levitt. And William Gomez, that's not a bad loss in hindsight. But yeah, Francis Marshall, very inconsistent. I'm not going to be shocked if he loses. I'm going to pick Francis Marshall, though. Definitely looking a lot better than the guy who's 0-2, 38 years old, 39 years old, basically, and hasn't fought in fucking 2 years. I don't like inactivity. I don't like old dudes who don't have wins in the sport. We're gonna move on. Ernesta Kate versus Sophia Monta. I'm not saying that word because I am a certain color. And we got to be careful with these. We got to be careful with this highlighted word right here. Cannot say that as my team. Anyways, heads on the left, tails on the right. I like to use this tried and true method of a coin flip, heads on the left. We're going with Ernesta. Hey, she's Lithuanian. Yeah, some people use pick doctors and whatever. Coin hasn't failed me this year. I've either been 1-1 or I've been up, so I'm gonna keep rolling with the coin till we're negative. Then we'll start carrying. Yeah, we're going with Ernesta. You know, is this in France or something? Is that why like there's a lot of like Francis Marshall, New Jersey, USA? Thought he was from France. Huh. Maybe not. Maybe this is like just a fucking Apex event or some shit like that. I forget where it says it. Yeah, I don't know where this is, but fuck it. Yeah, we're going with Ernesta. Vintage 29-28. Split decision, women decision. Yeah, it seems like everyone's on that side. But yeah, we're gonna move on here. Douglas Silva de Andrade versus Javier Reyes. Is that Dominic Reyes' brother? Is it? Or is it a different Reyes I'm thinking of? I really want to say this is Dominic Reyes' brother. Huh. Well, I'm not going to say it is. No way Dominic Reyes is Colombian. Yeah, this got to be a different one. I'm going to assume they're not related and he's not going to be in his corner. Douglas De Silva's a little inconsistent. Dude, he hasn't fought 2 years. Holy shit. I feel like I remember watching this too. Miles Johns just fucking beat the shit out of him and laid on him. Yeah. Wow. Dude, this guy's so inactive. Holy fuck. He's literally, like, his wins are over people not even in the goddamn sport anymore. Like, what the fuck? He's 40? I'm gonna go with Javier Reyes here. Yeah, I don't know. He's, like, younger, more in prime. This guy's 40 years old, doesn't fight. Like, inactivity is what I respect. If you're inactive as fuck, I can't be picking you to win fights. That's part of the reason why I don't pick, what's his name? Is he going up a weight class for this as well? Are you kidding me? He's going up a weight class for this. Dude, this guy's so fucked. Yeah, Saeed's bantamweight. Dude, this guy's fucked. Yeah, this Douglas De Silva guy, I think, is fucked. If Javier Reyes is good at anything, I mean, he'll probably beat Douglas Silva. Silva's been laid and prayed by Miles Johns. I think it happened in another fight. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Yeah, we're gonna move on. These guys are bombs. Holy shit. Can we get to real fighters? Fuck me. Christian Quinones taking on Chris Moutinho. This guy's still employed? Yeah, he got flatlined by Malcolm Wellmaker. Christian Quinones. What the fuck are these odds? Dude, Chris Moutinho, like, I know he just got chinned and his toughness is the reason why he's been doing, like, pretty okay. And he's beat nobodies on, like, the sidelines after getting cut. I think after he got whooped by Sean O'Malley. Dude, this Christian Quinones guy is not good. Like, what? This guy hasn't fought in how long? This guy has also had a fuck ton of canceled fights. I know this about Christian Quinones. I've broken down this guy so many times. He's had so many canceled fights. This could get canceled. If it does, I will post whatever the update is for the fights in the comment section. I don't think I can pick Christian Quinones here. Listen, I get it. His grappling is good from what I remember. He's fairly explosive when it comes to, like, finding that choke. I think I actually saw this choke. Or this ground and pound. I'm pretty sure that's the fight I actually first saw. But his grappling is good and his striking is fast. Dude, this guy fades so fast though, if I'm remembering correctly. Like literally after round 1, this guy's fucking toast. Like this guy has no cardio. If I'm remembering correctly. So, and that's not good, as, you know, his heritage being from Mexico. That's like the thing that these guys are known for. This guy fades pretty quick. I can't, like, Chris Moutinho hasn't done anything in the UFC at all recently. But neither is Christian Quinones, man. I'm going to go with Chris Moutinho here. Dude, Christian Quinones also, I remember him getting cracked at one point. Got subbed twice. Honey Barcelos is good, though, to be fair. That I remember seeing. That was, yeah, I remember that one. Yeah, that was the one people are pretty high on, Christian Quinones as well. If I remember correctly. I think he was a favorite going into that. I'm going with Chris Moutinho, bro. Who the fuck is betting this guy at minus 650? You're crazy, man. Barely a reach advantage, barely a height advantage. That's wild. I'm doing Chris Moutinho, a boring 30-27. Maybe not boring. I think it'll be fun. You know, Chris Moutinho is probably going to be tough. Malcolm Wellmaker hits hard. There's no way in my mind Christian Quinones hits even at, like, half of what Malcolm Wellmaker hits at. I get it, Malcolm didn't finish his last opponent, but he showcased he can go 3 rounds. Yeah, Chris Moutinho, I think if he survives, and I think he's more willing to, like, learn from his loss, you know, at least going on a win streak proves something. I don't know any of the guys he's beat, but, like, I respect the loss, and he took time off. I like that. 8 months. I think that's good enough time to recover. I think his chin's going to be at full HP. Yeah, man. I'm going to go with Chris Moutinho, you know? Is this the guy who said, let me bang, bro? Is that this guy? I don't know. We're going to move on. Macy Chasson versus Aline Perez. Heads on the left, tails on the right. I couldn't give less of a fuck about this fight. Tails on the right, eh? Okay, I actually don't disagree with this. Macy Chasson has done nothing in any of her fights in the last 5. She's done absolutely fucking nothing. She's been down every round, and she thinks she's up. I don't get it. I don't know. She's been able to finish people, aka she got a doctor stoppage lucky win, where she was down 2 rounds, and the submission, I don't remember what the scorecards were for that fight, but I don't think I've seen Macy Chasson win a round that she hasn't got a finish in. If this Perez lady survives to the decision, she just wins, in my opinion. I'm pretty sure this is the one that wears fake eyelashes in the cage. I could be wrong on that. Maybe that was Tracy Cortez, now that I'm thinking about it. Yeah, I think it was Tracy Cortez. I'm going to go with Perez here because the coin chose it. 29-28. We move on. Jose Medina still has a job? Dude, this guy's got what? Finished the last 3? Oh my... What are we doing with the sport, man? Tai Tuivasa keeps it after 6. Why are we keeping this guy? He's lost his last 4 fights. He doesn't have a win in the UFC, man. Why is this guy around? What purpose do you serve on this planet, bro? Like, why do we employ these motherfuckers? Jose Medina is normally tough. Fluffy tough. He's tough. He gets hurt. He normally toughs it out until a decision or until he cracks. You know, Dusko beat him. Like, jeez fucking Christ, man. I'm going to go with this Ryan guy. Dude, Jose Medina, this is middleweight. I'm going to uno momento, be right back. Anyways, back to the regularly scheduled program. Yeah, if Jose Medina is shit, he's up a weight class. He should be at welterweight. This guy's at middleweight for no fucking reason other than he doesn't want to cut weight. He's only tough. His striking is there. Like, he can strike. His grappling looks like dog shit. If Ryan Gandra, whoever the fuck this guy is, the 19th, 100th guy to have Probleme as his fucking name, if this guy can do anything, strike, has decent power, okay grappling, I'm going to take the flyer, in my opinion, with Granda. Wow, he's a big favorite. Makes sense. I'm gonna take the flyer and me not knowing this guy at all to beat Jose Medina. Jose Medina is a shit bag that should not be in the UFC. Don't knock me out in public. Hey, I'm just breaking down you as a fighter, man. Gotta compare you to the rest of your colleagues, okay? But yeah, you are like shit. I don't know why the fuck you're around still in the sport. We're gonna move on though. Easy breakdown. Santiago Luna taking on Angela Pacheco. Is this in Mexico? What the fuck, man? Maybe it is Mexico. Or it's like Vegas, the Sphere, or some shit. I don't. Anyways. Border Boy. What the fuck is that nickname? Is this a debut? No. He beat Quang Li, eh? That's not a bad win. Chinned him, eh? Wow, interesting. Is that the... That's not the one with the strip. That's the one... Oh! I think I was high on Quang Li on this fight. And then he got starched out. And I was like, no, not my boy. And he was actually getting, like, whooped, too. Damn, he's only 21. Fuck me, that's good. Yeah, this guy's... Haven't fought in 2 years? Well, geez, I wonder who I'm picking here, guys. Yeah, we're gonna go... Dude, this guy... Quang Li's, like, normally tough. Like, normally, like... he might have a lot of KO losses in his record. He does have, like, a cinder block as a head. He got flatlined in this fight. Yeah, I'm gonna go with this kid. Dude, this kid looks good. This kid could be, like, the next... Porter Boy is a crazy nickname. Holy shit. This guy could be like the next Mexico prospect or something like that. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Santiago Luna here. You know, I'm interested to see what this guy's gonna do. I think he starched out Quang Li in the first round, so I'm kind of interested to see what happens here. This is like a testing ground. There's no way this is a main card fight. So yeah, there's a lot of like, wow, heavy favorite, no one cares. Heavy favorite, moderately heavy favorite, heavy favorite. Holy fucking heavy favorites, man. Wow, these prelims are probably going to be swept. I think the only underdog I'm picking here is Matinho, mainly just because I'm not trusting a guy who pulls out in every fight and has not been looking great recently in the last 3 years, by the way. But Chris Matinho also hasn't, so I get it. But yeah, anyways. Wow, this prelim looks like dog shit. Like, whoa, I thought the last event was bad. This event might be worse. Moving on. Who the fuck is this? Yeah. Rodriguez. Debut fighter. Probably main card. 1, 2, 3, 4. Dude. Oh my fucking god. What are we doing with this sport? Emmanuel Rodriguez taking on Kevin Borjas. Now, I've so far been picking Kevin Borjas pretty accurately. I shat on him at the beginning, but when it was time to pick him, I got it right, and I went with Kevin Borjas against Ronaldo Rodriguez. So far, he's doing pretty well against Rodriguez's, you know, and he's going against another Rodriguez here. Wow. Kevin Borjas is a weird one. His striking's okay, his power's okay, his grappling's okay, his grappling defense isn't great. But he's an overall okay. Like, Kevin Borjas is the okay of fighters, you know? Like, if you were to look at, like, great fighters and whatever, and then we scroll under, like, who is an okay fighter, Kevin Borjas is okay everywhere, you know? He's been losing to, like, guys he's probably supposed to lose to. Sumaderji just didn't do enough. And, you know, Sumaderji wasn't really active in that fight, but it was close in moments. He kept it competitive. Alessandro Costa, not a good look. Joshua Van, it is what it is. That's Joshua Van, who's now champion. And Ronaldo Rodriguez is a shitbag that I think is cut from the sport. If not, he should be cut from the sport because of how dogshit Ronaldo Rodriguez is. But this other Rodriguez guy, younger, hungrier, that's a decent argument. I am actually going to go with... Dude, Kevin Borjas has a reach advantage. I'm going to go with Kevin Borjas. I don't know much about this Rodriguez guy. I think I did actually see this fight. Raku, whatever the fuck, where he starched him out cold. But I'm actually going to go with Kevin Borjas here. Kevin is he's becoming a crafty vet. And I think he could become a crafty vet at flyweight. That's like sneaky, like good at fraud checking guys who don't belong in the UFC. And recently we've been seeing a lot of people in flyweight that don't belong in the UFC, or a lot of people in general who just don't belong in the UFC. Luis Garule, that's a prime example. So I'm not going to be gaslit by these odds or by the pick rate or anything here. I'm going to trust my gut with like someone I think that could fraud check a guy who's relatively unproven, doesn't have a lot of experience. Yeah, like I've never like Bud. What the fuck, Budo? What the fuck organization is that? This guy fights at a different organization every single fight. I don't like that. I kind of don't like that. I think the lights could be too bright, and I think he might end up getting faced with a Kevin Borjas that's motivated and hungry in this fight. I could be proven wrong. I'll eat my humble pie if I do. I'm going to trust in a guy that I think is okay, where I can't trust a guy who doesn't have even close to the amount of experience, let alone UFC experience, as Kevin Borjas. Being able to go to decision with Joshua Van is pretty impressive for being a bum. And Sumaderji, he was doing well, man. He was. It's just Sumaderji is like sneaky good. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Kevin Borjas in this one. We're gonna move on. Edgar Chairez, Felipe Bunes. Felipe's not terrible. Rafael, yeah, he did okay in that fight. He made it really, really close with Rafael Estevam, and then another victim of Joshua Van. Hey, F in the chat for the homie. Yeah, this guy is pretty good though. Chinnable, but good. Edgar Chairez is very overrated. He is like good because he's got like a nice reach and he's like relatively tall for the division at 5'7". But he's kind of like a worse Charles Johnson, he can get held against the fence. He will shoot takedowns sometimes, but they're not the greatest. He is sneaky offensive with his grappling. His striking is pretty good, but he's very open on the feet and he can get cracked. I am going to go with Edgar Chairez here, though. Dude, these Mexico cards have crazy odds, huh? I am going to go with Edgar Chairez, though. Felipe Bunes is good. So I think this is going to be relatively competitive until someone wins a clear round. And I think it'll be like a 1-1 going into the third. And whoever wins the third is basically whoever the general consensus is won the fight. And it could be a robbery for Chairez, but Edgar's pretty good. Wow, he's only 30. He feels like he's getting up there. I don't know. Every time he fights, it feels like he's like an old man. I don't know. It's weird. But yeah, 36 is, wow. This guy's older? Yikes. But yeah, I'm going to go with Edgar Chairez here. I like Edgar. I hope he wins. But I'm not going to be shocked if Felipe Bunes has like an upset here. He is like sneaky good when he sort of wants to be. But yeah, this is going to be a competitive fight. I think this will be very competitive until either someone gets like an out of nowhere finish or it's a decision and the third round is like whoever won the fight. We move on to, wow, oh my god, there's real fights. Holy fuck, we're out of the unranked territory. Actually, wait, these are still unranked, but they're at least good fighters. Daniel Zellhuber versus our king, Bobby Green. I think he did legally change it back to Bobby. I don't think it's King anymore. So, Tapology, hey, hurry it up, buddy. Take some notes. Don't worry, your boy's here. Daniel Zellhuber, someone notorious for how high people were on until he lost a pretty obvious decision. It's split, but I think he clearly lost that fight. And then he fumbled a win against Michael Johnson, who is good. MJ is good. I'm picking fucking Bobby Green, dude. Listen, Daniel can be good when he wants to be. I don't see him finishing Bobby Green. I don't see it. I really, really don't see it. Daniel Zellhuber is there to be cracked. He's got tall man defense, which is a popular term that people refer to as guys who have their hands out, but they don't guard very well, and they get cracked because they have their hands out like this, and their jaw is just there to be chinned. I think he's training with Eric Nixick and everything like that, and he was talking about going on a run for the championships. He's not. He's not that good. His grappling isn't that good. He's almost like he's a boring point fighter until he gets cracked, and then he's dangerous. I don't know if Bobby Green's gonna crack him. I think Bobby Green's just gonna be up the whole time and flex on him. And yes or no, Daniel Zellhuber is the type to get frustrated with Bobby Green's taunting. You know? Like, Bobby Green's not gonna be touching gloves and hugging it out every round. He's gonna be like, what? Oh, spinning wheel kick? Huh, missed me, bitch. You know? Fucking doing Bobby Green shit in there, you know? God, man, Bobby Green's sick. Coming off a win over Lance Gibson, split, which is undeserved. That was a clear Bobby Green win. I don't know how the fuck that's a split. But yeah, it was a very clear Bobby Green win. Unless it's Mexico judging, I think they give it to Bobby Green. And Daniel Zellhuber's already had bad scorecards in 2 fights. And by bad, I just mean like, there is a world where they rob him, or rob his opponents, but they didn't. I don't think they're going to do it here. I really don't see it happening. I'm going with Bobby Green. I might do shit on this card. I'm picking a lot of underdogs. Bobby Green's skill for skill, in my opinion, is far better everywhere than Daniel Zellhuber. The only thing Daniel Zellhuber has is physicality. Physicality does matter, but I don't think it will matter with this skill gap. Like, I really, really think Bobby Green's wrestling, striking, is just way better. The way you beat Bobby Green is by doing wild, unpredictable shit. Daniel Zellhuber is a point fighter who, yeah, he might throw a head kick, and this could age bad, and this might be a head kick knockout by Daniel Zellhuber, because he's a tall guy, Bobby Green hands low, like, very dangerous for Bobby Green, could get head kicked. But I really think Bobby Green is he's weak to, like, spinning shit from, like, powerful, very explosive guys who are hunting for a finish. I don't think Daniel's going to hunt for a finish. But yeah, I'm picking Bobby Green. We're going to move on. Marlon Chito Vera versus David Martinez. I've been very accurate with my Chito Vera predictions. I've picked against him in his last 3. He has also lost his last 3. Holy shit, man. What are these odds? David Martinez, in my opinion, barely beat Rob Font. That was his second fight in the UFC. Crazy, crazy. I'm gonna pick Chito Vera. He's longer and bigger. I'm picking Chito Vera, man. In my mind, I was like, dude, David Martinez is, like, longer, and he might just, like, kick and move, similar to with Rob Font. The problem Rob Font had in that fight, he didn't go after anything. He didn't, like, go for a finish. He's not dangerous on the feet at his old age. I think Chito Vera might accidentally, like, KO David Martinez here. I really, really think he's just gonna, like, throw a punch and just, like, no look and accidentally KO David Martinez. You know, wing an overhand right or something. David Martinez, this could be, like, a case of I just haven't seen enough footage of. I've seen his 2 fights. Simon Oliveira is shit. But Rob Font is, like, pretty good, in my opinion. But, like, Rob Font could have won that fight. And Chito Vera is the same, where he can win fights. He's just choosing not to. Like, seriously. But I do think this is a time where Chito Vera is going to pull, like, a guillotine and get it. Or throw a head kick and get it. Or a front kick and get it. Or a right hand and just land it perfectly and get the KO. Like, this feels like that's about to happen. You know? Maybe I'm being gaslit because of Chito's career being dog shit. But there is moments where, he is powerful. And I think this could be a case where he's losing. And then he just wins. Like, halfway through round 2 is what I'm more or less thinking now. And he just gets the head kick KO. Like, he just gets it, you know? But he was getting his ass kicked bell to bell the whole time. You know? Every time he loses, it's always, yeah, we're gonna go back to the blueprint and see what we're doing. And he robbed Pedro Munoz, in my opinion. I don't think he won that fight. I thought there was a clear Pedro Munoz. Corey Sandhagen, I don't think he robbed. That was those scorecards are wild. Corey won like damn near every round in a 5-rounder. I don't know how the fuck they even scored a round to Chito Vera, let alone 3. But yeah. The Amin Zahabi, I thought, clearly won as well. But even in the Amin Zahabi fight, like, there's moments where Cheeto's dangerous, especially when they're trading. David was trading a lot with Rob Font. Rob just didn't have danger. I think Cheeto, he's like one tiny minute step above a Rob Font. You know? I think, that's kind of where I think Cheeto is. So I'm going to pick Chito Vera here. Low confidence. I get people picking David Martinez. I just haven't seen enough from this guy to be confident he beats Chito Vera, a guy who probably deserves to be 15th, 14th in the division. I don't know about David Martinez. I got to see more. We're going to move on. Main event. Brandon Moreno, a.k.a. the Crybaby, who just got finished by Tatsuro Taira via ground and pound. And maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow. I promise you, man. I'm gonna fight the number 15th fucking ranked undeserving contender in Loner Kavanaugh, man. Yeah. Loner's taking this short notice, so I get why he's the underdog. Here's my thing. I can so see Loner Kavanaugh pulling off an upset. And I know people who've watched the sport a while are going to be like, dude, you're crazy. Moreno's a far better everywhere than Loner Kavanaugh. Who's a Loner Kavanaugh? He just lost. He just got chinned by Charles Johnson, who just got chinned by another dude. Listen. Loner Kavanaugh is fast and he's active. He's got okay power. He doesn't have like good power. He's got okay power. When did this ground and pound happen? 2 months ago? I know he wasn't out cold. I get it. This is tough. This is so tough. Because, like, Loner, it's 5 rounds. I don't think Loner can find a finish in 5 rounds. But he could. I really think, like, dude, Moreno's been to so many wars, and he just doesn't move his head, and he's absorbed so many strikes. Like, I really think Moreno's due for getting chinned badly. Like, I really think it's gonna be time. Like, his ticket is about to be fucking punched very soon. And this would be a time for just a random contender to come out of nowhere and flyweight. But I just think... I hate this. Because the problem with Moreno... grappling is really good. His striking is okay. He's not active. And it's very hard to tell when he clearly wins a round where he just strikes. Like, if he doesn't shoot a takedown in a round... I would wager there's more round... Like... In a round where he doesn't shoot a takedown, it's always hard to tell if Moreno won that round because he just leaves it so fucking close, you know? And he does wear damage poorly because he's been to so many wars, so he gets his face cut a bunch, you know? So I really, really don't know. And he's dumb. He thinks he's up rounds when he's clearly lost a round. Royval fight. Like, there's so many times where it's like, Moreno... I don't know how you think you've just won that round, you know? And this might be a case where he doesn't do enough and he thinks he's up every round and Loner just barely squeaks a win. You know? Like a split 3-2. I am going to go with Moreno. Because I think if he's anything of what he was, like when he was during his championship run and during his Figgy fights, if he's anything... even close, if he shoots a takedown, I'll know, okay, we're winning this. This prediction's right. Moreno's winning this. If he doesn't shoot a takedown, man, I will be worried. Loner did just get chinned. Could Moreno chin him? Maybe. I don't see it, man. I don't see it. Because Charles Johnson's fucking good. I know he just got chinned. Charles Johnson is good. He chinned fucking Joshua Van. I'll 10 toes down say that Joshua Van beats Brandon Moreno 10 out of 10 times. I don't think there's a world where Moreno beats Joshua Van. I really don't know if Loner Kavanaugh is so bad to the point where he just gets washed by Moreno. You know, Moreno really struggled with Amir fucking Albazi. You know, he didn't struggle with Steve Erceg, but Steve Erceg didn't try to win. Loner Kavanaugh might try to win. You know, it's tough. It's tough. I am going to go with Brandon Moreno. I'm going to say he gets a late KO, because one thing about Loner fights, and his Jose Ochoa and Felipe Dos Santos, those are two good names also to have on your record. You know, those are pretty good flyweights, in my opinion. I think he does gas the longer fights go on, so I am going to go with Moreno via, like, TKO, because I think Moreno's going to strike. I don't think he's going to shoot a takedown, and if he doesn't shoot a takedown, I am going to be worried. But I do think he will eventually be able to pour on the pressure if he's anything of what he used to be. He was doing okay against Tyra until he got out-scrambled, but Tyra's grappling is elite level, so, like, by no means am I going to say Loner Kavanaugh is even close to Tatsuro Tyra in terms of skill. I do just see Loner Kavanaugh fading as the fight goes on. I think round 4 or 5 is where Moreno is going to sort of thrive. But Moreno also takes some time to cook. He's not really that active, you know? And he does fight almost way too confident. Like, he knows he's won the round, even though he hasn't. So I am worried about this fight. I am worried. I am still going to be picking Brandon Moreno, though. That is my official predictions for UFC at Brandon Moreno versus Loner Kavanaugh. I think Moreno's going to be... I think on the scorecards, he will win every round. I think when people are watching it, it's going to be like, dude, I don't know if he won that round. It was very close on strikes. Live numbers are going to be weird. Like, I really think it's going to be a lot closer and a lot more competitive than people think based on these odds. But I think eventually Brandon Moreno is going to, like, pour on the pressure when Loner's tired and maybe getting sloppy. Maybe Loner shoots takedowns and doesn't really get it. So, yeah, I'm going to go with Brandon Moreno here. Even by sub isn't too bad, because I could see Loner shooting takedowns and Moreno just being, like, an elite level grappler on the ground. Because Loner's young, you know, and he is relatively new to the sport. Only 10 fights, where Moreno's got fucking, like, 20 in the UFC alone. So it's like, you know... apples to oranges, reach advantage, height advantage, bigger, thicker. You know, what else more do you want in a man? But yeah, that is my official prediction. Brandon Moreno beats Loner Kavanaugh in round 4. If you made it to the end of the video, I want to thank you for watching. Stay tuned for my live stream this weekend for this event, and every single event. Hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. And as always, I hope you have a good day.